People ask what. People ask why. People ask how. I ask peace. These words were written by Deora Bodley when she was 11 or 12 years old. On Tuesday, September 11, 2001, Deora Frances Bodley was the youngest passenger aboard United Airlines Flight 93. Hi, my name is Cody. I'm a park ranger here at Flight 93 National Memorial with another episode of Their Story Lives Here. Deora Bodley was born on April 8, 1981 and lived in San Diego, California. From a very young age, she was said to be very bright, very personable, and very loving. Deora Bodley was also very fond of reading, writing, and going to the beach. She was said by many that knew her as a very affectionate person who also chose her friends very wisely. During her senior year, Deora was selected as team captain on her school's basketball team. It was during the season that Deora found out one of her teammates had a drinking problem. Taking on the responsibility as not only a concerned teammate, but also as team captain, Deora decided to talk to her coach and a teacher that she trusted about what to do about this young lady. Deora decided she wanted to help her if at all possible. In a conversation with her mother, Deora said, "I understand that my classmates might be upset with me, but I can deal with that. What I can't deal with is having this young lady do this to herself and not do something about it." Through Deora's intervention, as well as by the teacher and the coach, this young lady received the help she needed. She was able to come back later on in the season as well. Deora also seemed to have a musical ear for language. Early on, she took Spanish up through 5th grade, but beginning in 6th grade, she started taking French. It was because of her ability to understand languages relatively quickly and more thoroughly that Deora was able to test during the French national exam. She tested 1st in her county, 3rd in the state of California, and 5th in the entire nation. She actually made a deal with her father at one point that said if she would write one letter to him in French for 4 months straight, she would get to visit France. She won that deal. While in school, Deora also volunteered her time when she could. She volunteered for an organization called TRACE. TRACE is an organization that teaches teens how to speak with their peers about serious subjects such as AIDS and STDs. Deora also volunteered with the Special Olympics, the San Diego Zoo, and at a local animal shelter. It was at the animal shelter that Deora played with the animals waiting to be adopted, as well as walked the dogs there. Her mother stated that when it was time for her to come pick up Deora, very rarely was she ready to go when she arrived. She would often have to go looking for her, talking to the staff there, saying, "Where's Deora?" While at Santa Clara University, Deora double majored in French and psychology. With her French major, Deora hoped to continue learning about a language she was really interested in, and possibly utilize that for a possible future career. She also chose to major in psychology with the hopes of one day becoming a child psychologist. It was through that major she would be able to work with kids, which she loved to do, and possibly help them with troubles they were having at home, at school, or just problems that little kids have growing up. While in college, Deora also volunteered her time at a local school after hours. She was a teacher's assistant with little kids in the program America Reads. It was with America Reads that Deora read to kindergartners, 1st graders, and 2nd graders. Deora also took time to help her fellow students at school as well. Her one roommate, who was also her very good friend her freshman and sophomore year, later stated that it wasn't an uncommon occurrence for her to come back to her dorm and find Deora talking to other students who happened to live on the floor. For these students, they felt comfortable talking to Deora about any and all problems that they had, knowing that she would try to give them advice and help them any way she possibly could. On Tuesday, September 11, 2001, Deora, who was just entering her junior year at Santa Clara University, was boarding Flight 93. On Tuesday, September 11th, Deora, who was entering her junior year at Santa Clara University, was on her way home from a scheduled trip to the East Coast. She had just visited longtime friends in Connecticut and New Jersey. We now know that 13 of the passengers and crew aboard United Airlines Flight 93 made calls that day. Deora was not among them. A friend, the one who would drop her off at the airport, later said that Deora had mentioned that her phone's battery was getting low even before boarding the flight. This may be a reason why that occurred, why she did not make a phone call that day. Understanding how much she meant to so many, Deora's mother chose to have her ashes placed within necklaces. These necklaces were given to family members and friends. It was hoped that through these necklaces, Deora would always be closest to where she was felt the most, their hearts. Through the memories that she left with those that she knew, Deora's spirit will live on.